Lord, she took me in and made me everything I am today. She's my rock and I ain't gonna throw her away. Yeah, she's my rock and I ain't gonna throw her away. She's my rock, little possum for you tonight. George Jones, what a great song. My name's Keith Williams of Fret More Guitar Lessons, where we fret more, stress less, and make a whole lot of music. We're gonna do a little music making tonight on this old Jones song, and I want to. We're going to do a key change in here if you want to do it. You don't have to do it. I've got a cover. That's what I was going to tell you. I did a cover on this song so you can follow along with it if you like to. And I did the key change, but there's a little pause there. It's a little tricky. I mean, I say tricky. It's not really that bad. It's just the I don't like to pause in the middle of a song, I guess, and because I don't feel like it flows well. But I just didn't know the best way to do that. I mean, you could do a different key, I guess, but trying to keep it in the same key he does. And of course, it may be too low because it is pretty low at times. So the key might not work for you anyway. But what I did was we're capoing up to, so we're playing at A actually. So you could play it at open A, and then but then you'd have to capo. So to me, it's easier just to move the capo than to try to put one on, in the middle of a song. So I played it in in the key of A still, but in G position, so capoed up 2. Okay, so here's the chord, just three chords, all we got: G, C, and D. Okay, and sometimes I'll do this G. Okay, and so the beginning of it. So anyway, when we capo, or if we do the key change, we just capo up one more to the third, and we're still in the G position. Okay, so he's just doing moving up a half step, so to A sharp or or B flat, whichever. So anyway, you don't have to do the key change because, like I say, it might not flow as well live. I don't know, but you can kind of check out the cover and see what I did and see how bad it sounds for me doing it. But anyway, all right, we're starting out with this G now. You don't have to do this part. He's kind of muting the strings a little bit in the beginning, and he's doing a little thing there on the B string, the first fret. He's just doing a pull off on the first fret's B string, second string. Does it a couple of times, and so if you see me doing that, that's what I'm in the beginning. That's what I'm doing. Now you don't have to do that. You could just do that little bit right there. All right, then we're going to do a little lick here in a little bit. And that's a pretty big signature lick for this song anyway. And you can do it in other songs actually too, but it's very familiar in this one. So we're on the A string, second fret. We're going to the second to the third on the A string, and then just the open D string. Okay, because we're going to D anyway. All right, so it's just A string, second fret, third fret, and then just playing the A or the D chord, and playing that open D string there. And that's really it. There's another little thing that we do, and I'll have to, when we get there, I'll show it to you. It's not as prominent, so it's not as big a deal. All right, so like I said, just doing that intro. Well, you tell me how she was when you once knew her. Like I said, I'm just kind of muting those strings, just kind of staying up here on the 6th, 5th, and 4th mostly. Probably grabbing that third string a little bit every once in a while, but well, you tell me how she was when you once knew her. How she played her games with, we're going to D, many, like I said, you can play whichever G you want to. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but do that. Don't try to play the G I'm playing. You can play this if you're used to playing this G. I'm playing this one, like I say, a lot of times because when I jump back and forth to the C, it's just a little easier for me. But sometimes I do both G's. So anyway, sorry to stop there in the middle, but I want to make sure I clarified that. Play the games with many men. Okay, so D to G. And you tell me that you don't think I'd be with her. So he stays low this whole time as far as singing. If I could just have known her. Going back to D, way back then. Then we go up a little bit here, okay? He kind of raises his voice a little bit. Lord, you ask me why I don't pack up and leave her. Now that I know about her wicked ways. So back to D and G. That's all we're doing on this verse here. Or actually, it's kind of two verses combined here. Well, I doubt, so this is the second verse. Well, I doubt that you could understand my thinking. Oh, but listen close to what I have to say. And here's our lick. Okay, so we're going to the G, but then we go back to D. And then we go, she's the rock to D that I lean. And all that's doing there is lean. And really we're just kind of dominating these strings, or kind of they're a little more dominant in this lick here. If you want to do the lick, E string on the 3rd fret, and then the A string on the 2nd fret. And I'm trying to think if I'm pulling off. Let me try it one more time. And I don't care what you say about. Yeah, so just the E string 3rd fret, and then you can do a pull off on the A string 2nd fret, and then grabbing that C chord and grabbing the picking that third fret 5th string. I'll get it out in a minute. Okay, and that's really the only, if you want to do that little lick, you can. All right, so let's go through that chorus again. So goes to the D there, coming out of that verse. All right, now we go to G. She's the rock that I lean on. Okay, there's that lick I just showed you. Back to G. She's the sunshine of my day. Now we go to that G. Okay, now we go to that lick again, the first lick I showed you. Okay, back to the D. And I don't care what you say, D, about her. And you like to say, it's just doing that. About her. But you're going to be singing during that time if you're the one singing. So if you don't want to do that part, you don't have to as much. Because if you didn't do it, let me get in position here. She's the sunshine of my day, and I don't care what did he say about her. Okay, so it's during the word about. And I didn't do the lick that time, so it's just bound. Or you could do a bound. It's not a big deal either way. It's not. I mean, it shows up a little bit. You can hear it some, but it's not as prominent as that. That's kind of an important lick there. That other part. Bound. And then we go back to G. Lord's took me and it made me. Doing that muting again there. Everything I am today. She's my rock and I ain't going to D, throw her away. And I stopped and I went like that right there real quick. And then started doing that palm muting just like in the beginning, only I didn't do the part with the B string there. Alright, so then there's another verse here. I know she wasn't always what she is now. G. But she had to make mistakes, D, like everyone else. Don't you point your finger at nobody. It gets kind of high there. It's plain to see that you ain't no D's, ain't no saint yourself. Okay, G. We'll go back into the chorus again there, all right? So like I say, you just move it down one. If you want to do the key change, move it down to the 3rd fret and play in that same positioning. And we do the 3rd verse there and the chorus, the whole chorus. And then at the end of the chorus, of course, the last line of the chorus is she's my rock, and I ain't gonna throw her away to D, back to G. We do it one more time. Yeah, she's my rock, and I ain't gonna throw her away to D. D, and back to G. Yes, she's my rock and I ain't gonna throw away. And C, G. Okay, and I just kind of, I did a little something there at the end. I don't remember what I did, but as far as ending, you can do is just raise that, raise your middle finger. Well, depending on how you're playing the G, but off of the A string, basically, if you play it this way. And I didn't even hit the, I'm just doing the A string there. I'm not plucking the E there. If you did it this way. Okay. Nice little ending lick for about any country song in G there as you're ending on a G chord. And so that's kind of a little extra something I threw in there for free. Won't cost you a dime right there, I'm telling you. A little freebie for you. So anyway, that's the song right there. Great song. 2 verses at the beginning there together, and then we've got the chorus, and then we do the key change if you want to do that, and then 3rd verse, chorus again, and then repeat that last line 2 more times besides the time that it's in the verse. Okay, and that's it. Be sure to check out the cover if you want to follow along with it. Like I said, I did the key change in the cover, so you can kind of practice moving that if you want to do that. And it's not terrible, but it's a little bit of a break. But you play it enough, you can get used to it. So, and get it real smooth. Okay. Anyway, appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Hope this was helpful to you. And if you could give us a thumbs up on this, subscribe to us if you would. Check out our links down below in the description. Share us on social media. And I know I say the same thing every time. That's all I know to say. If you think of something else I could say, let me know. And check out our other videos out on Fretmore. We'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks.